Hello everyone, this is our final project design study for H5 and 7 Visualization, Design, Analysis and Evaluation. Our project is Visualization and Analysis of New York's Airbnb listings for 2019. The source of our dataset is Kaggle. It contains 16 attributes and over 48,000 items. Each item is a unique Airbnb listing within New York City. Some of the important attributes include host name, host ID, listing ID, name of the listing, room type, neighborhood, availability, and so on. With this data set, we explore the factors that influence Airbnb listing in New York City. Some of the factors include location of the listings, price details, even the name of listings. Our motivation for this project is to answer questions like how does the price differ across five boroughs of New York or different neighborhoods for three different room types like private room, shared room, or entire house. We also wanted to signify the importance of naming a listing. This shows how a host tends to name a listing, which would attract the customers or what the Airbnb customers actually prefer. Another aspect we try to address is different hosts across New York City. We used a tree map for the same. Coming to a visualization, we have two parts. The first one being exploring the New York listings, and the second one is host listings in New York City. So, for coming to average price by neighborhood, we have three charts here. First one being a choropleth map, and then we have a bar chart, and then we have a bubble graph. So the choropleth map represents different neighborhoods across New York, and five boroughs have been labeled: Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, and Staten Island. But each division represents different neighborhoods. We can see them by hovering over them. And we have used a multi hue color scheme for representing uh, different prices across the neighborhoods. And we have represent the same on the legend using a log scale. So when you select a neighborhood, we can see the average price for that particular neighborhood for each room type. So when we select Maspeth, we can see private average price for a private room is around $63. A shared room would cost around $35, and an entire room would cost $129. When we hover over each bar, it also shows number of listings or rooms for that particular neighborhood. For example, we can see Maspeth has over 75 rooms listed, over three shared rooms listed, and 52 listings of entire house. The bar chart doesn't have a Y scale, as we have used a relative scale for this. So it is based on the highest average price among the three room types. So the highest bar represents the maximum price, and remaining bars are adjusted according to the highest price. So in the choropleth map, the darker the color represents the higher the price. We can see that Manhattan is most expensive, followed by Brooklyn. Coming to bubble chart, words used in each listing has been taken into account here. So we wanted to include a bubble chart which we learned in the class to signify how important it is to name a listing and the type of words we use, because we can see that words like private, cozy, beautiful, spacious are some of the keywords, and which they are the ones which highlight the listings. And now let's talk about the tree map, which we use to represent the host listings in New York City. So this tree map represents different hosts in the New York City. The tree map turned out to be a good decision to see who own the majority of listings, because users can quickly see the hierarchy of number of host listings. To make sure there are no duplicates with the names, we have considered host ID as unique identifier, and we have also limited hosts to ones who has 10 or more properties. And we can see that Sonder has the highest listings in New York with the value 327, followed by Blue Ground with 232 and Kara with 121 listings. So we have again used a multi-hue color scheme here from Color Brewer, and it has been color tested. So we have included our documentation in a tab here. So we have also included a functionality to download this as a PDF. And let me just talk about some of the interesting finds. So as we know, as already said, Manhattan has the most expensive listings. Um, Even Brooklyn has almost equal number of listings, but we can see that it is we can afford an entire house for $133 in Brooklyn, whereas it gets way too expensive to even own a private room for $115 in Manhattan. So the other the other finding was Sonder. We were we were surprised that one person has so many listings. So when we checked on net, we could see that Sonder is actually a separate business who hosts listings in Airbnb. So that is one of the very interesting finds we could see. And as New York is pretty expensive, we decided to focus our visualization, which represents average price of listings for various room types. So a user can check average prices of each neighborhood across New York City for every room type. This is a visualization. Thank you.